Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you all are doing well. Today I am playing in the hashtag trashtrashtuesday open collaboration sponsored by Just Journaling with Possum Patty. I will have her link below, and I know today's Wednesday, but Patty does not care when we post them as long as we use the hashtag. But like I said, I will put her link below, but you can always just put in the hashtag trashtrashtuesday in the YouTube search bar, and it will bring up all the videos that have been posted under this hashtag so that you can see all kinds of trashies. So this is part 2. Last week we started working. I was going to show you how to make a trash journal, and I was using the cardboard box, the cereal box. I do have it covered now, and what I did was, this is an Amazon bag here, and it says, "So happy we found each other," and I thought that was such a great thing to put on the cover, so that's what's going to be on the cover. And then this, of course, is the cereal box here. Now, I did have to do a little surgery on the back here. The Amazon package was not wide enough to come all the way down. It ended right here. So I had to take another strip from the other side, and I picked this one that says recycle just like a box because I thought that would be really cool. So I've got that sewn on here, and then I sewed the whole thing together on the cardboard box. So this is the front, that's the back. So if you remember last week, I made the signatures. I made 3 signatures, and I made them pretty much similar with the same things on it. Well, getting to think about it and going through my stuff, I decided, no, I don't want them similar at all. I want them completely different. So I went ahead and I put different papers in them now, and I'll show you really, well, actually what I'm going to do is probably show you sewing in the signatures, and then I'll show you what I did for the signatures. No, maybe not. Maybe I'll just show you. So, I'm going to have to take it apart then. No, let's go ahead and put the signatures in first. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of wishy-washy here. So I wanted to show you how to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and take my signatures right now and put them to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my spine where I want my signatures to be sewn in. Now, I did decide to go with only 2 signatures instead of 3 because when I put them in there, the 3 in there, it was already really full. And, I want to, put a lot of stuff in here, so I need some room. So what I did was I went ahead and I cut a piece of paper that is about the size of the spine itself. See, this is the spine, this is the spine. So this piece, now it doesn't go up into the paper because this paper is not stiff enough for me to sew into. So let me see if I can't pull you out a little bit. Hold on a second here. Where is my Zoom thingy? Oh, wrong way, Helen, wrong way. Go. Okay. This paper's not stiff enough for me to sew through, so I really only want to concentrate on sewing where the cardboard and the paper are. So that's how I cut my strip, as wide as the spine and as long as the spine. So then I went ahead and folded it in half down lengthways like this, and this is just a piece of ugly cardstock that I had. This is a perfect way to use the ugly cardstock. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my cardstock into this way, like up and down like this, and then I'm going to fold it again this way with the little tail coming up like this. And do the same on the other side, like this. Okay. Like this. Okay. So now I have this here. Now, if you have 3 signatures, you would go ahead and fold this one in and this one in, and you'd have your perfect points for your signatures. I'm not so concerned about that because I have 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my white paper back, and I'm going to actually, or my white pen back, and I'm actually going to get a black one. And let me grab a clip here, one of these little clips, and hopefully this will be long enough. If not, I'll have to get a different kind of clip. Let's see. That'll just hold it right. That's good. Let me just grab another one and put it on the bottom. like that. Okay, so I know where my middle point is right here. Okay, this is my middle point right here. And this is going to be important. These middle points really right here, and right here. These are going to be important for my spines or for my signatures themselves. But for the spines, it's not, for the spine, it's not that critical. What I need to do is to just space, and I'm just eyeballing here. I'm going to put, let's see here. That's the middle, and I'm just going to put one spot here and one spot here. I am just eyeballing, but I'm staying on this line here, and I'm going to try to keep these uniform. You know, this is a trash journal, you know, also. So if you want to get out a ruler and do all this, I mean, I can see already that I have more space between this and this than this and this, but it doesn't bother me. So that's what I've got right now. But it's important that they all be spaced this way, the same. Okay, that cannot change, because otherwise when you go to put your spines in, I mean your signatures in, it's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pokey tool. Now, because this is a monster journal, I'm going through cardboard, and I'm going to be going through multiple layers. I am going to go ahead and use my awl to go through here, and I am going to try to make fairly large holes if I can. This awl, actually what I might have to do is start it with my pokey tool and then continue on with my awl. My pokey tool is super sharp, so if I can go through with this, yeah, I can. See, I can go through with this, but then what I'm going to have to do is go on with my awl, and I'm going to go ahead and poke that one. Try not to move your paper. You want to try keep that template in place. And so I'm avoiding the middle because I'm not putting 3 signatures in. I'm only putting the 2 signatures in. Okay. And I've got one more here to go through here. And now I'm just going to take my awl and make those holes bigger. And I can handle big holes on this because when you see the cord, I'm not using thread, I'm not using linen thread, I'm actually using cording, because this thing, I'm afraid, is going to get really big and heavy with the pages in it. I want to make sure I'm using something that is suitable for the weight. So doing this like this, I've got nice big holes there. And now I can just go ahead and take this off, and you'll see, there you go. Okay, so you see now I've got the holes in my spine, and they're going all the way through, and they're all nice and big. So that's good. All right, so the next thing I want to do is to take one of my signatures. Now this one is the one I'm going to be putting in first, and I have it pinned together because the pages are not the same size. They are, actually before I put them in, I have to punch the holes in them. The papers are not the same size, so I need to keep them clipped together, so when I sew them in, they are going to be held together. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and clip again. I'm clipping these here. Now, where'd my other clip went? It went over there. And I'm going to clip here, down here. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to be using that center template, or the center holes, and I'm going to go ahead and push my pokey tool in. If you don't have a pokey tool, you can use an awl. Now my awl is big, but it's not very sharp. This pokey tool is actually quite a bit sharper. But I know several people, I'm just making the holes bigger with my awl. I know that the people have been getting on Amazon the bookbinding kits, and they have awls in them too. So, you know, that might be if you're a beginner, that might be something you want to look into, because they come with the thread, I believe, the needle, and the awls. So that's good. All right, now I'm going to keep my papers together, and we're going to go ahead and sew it in to the journal here. What happened here? How did this get? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I need to put this clip back on here. This is holding my papers together. Okay. Now, what I'm using for my cord is this white cording. And I don't know what this is for. It's just called cording. And I tend to use 3 lengths of the book. Now, I will be cutting a lot off. I realize that. But guys, I've been doing this long enough to realize that when I cut it too short, sometimes I have a real dickens of a time tying it off properly, you know, so on and so forth. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and get this nice and long, and I'm going to be using this big needle here. This, I don't know if you can see this here. This is a I think it is a wool rug needle or something like that, but it's huge. See, I got the cord through it like that. The reason, again, I'm using this heavy cord and this big needle and these big holes is because when these pages get filled, I think they're going to be super heavy, and I'm going to want that extra, you know, the extra oomph here. Now, I think what I'm going to do, I think this time I am going to end it on the outside because I might add some beads or something if I feel like it. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the outside and work my way in. And I can already see I'm having a problem here. Am I going through the wrong hole? What has happened here? Or my papers have moved or something. Let's see here what's going on here. Let me take that one off. Something's moved here. I think that has moved out of the way here. This is always going to be, well, not always. Sometimes I get lucky and it's not so fiddly. But see, my papers are moving around, and so I'm losing the hole here because they're not pinned together well. So I'm just going to have to kind of go through here as I can, and I can't see what I'm doing here. This is a big faff. Is it faff? What is it? Anyway, I'm going through the holes here, and this is not going to be the best video for learning how to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch because you can see my papers have all come apart here. I don't even know where the hole for this one is. Oh, what the heck? What happened here? I'm gonna have to actually take these apart. This is gonna be bad here, having to unclip these papers. What has happened here? I've gone through that. I've gone through that. Where? Oh, there's the hole there. Okay. You can pull your thread through. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just don't pull it all the way through like I did in that last, the video when I think I was sewing, what was I sewing together? Oh yeah, my last video I also sewed together. I used the 3-hole pamphlet stitch when I did the nature journals. That is the hashtag Stash to Treasure. That was a much better video on how to do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. But there's tons of them out there. You know how to do it, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this through like this, and this is going to be a while because now my papers are really all out of order here, and I'm just going to be, hopefully my next set I will get them in a little bit cleaner. That's the cover and going through there. Okay. All right. See, and my holes are nice and big, so that's one benefit right there. I did make my holes big enough so that I don't have to fight. Sometimes I actually have to take a pliers to pull the needle through because it gets so tight. But if you do that, you have to also be careful that you don't break your needle, because once I pulled on it and I actually snapped the needle. So that wasn't good. So I'm coming up here like this, okay, and now I'm going back through the middle. Hopefully they're aligned so it's not going to be such a big deal. Hopefully I'll be able to get them, she says, as she's futzing around here again. I'm supposed to be coming out this hole, and I can feel the needle is there. But see, they're still shifting around, so I'm not sure where I'm going wrong. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. This is just not the way I planned this video to be. But, you know, this is the way it is. This is sometimes how crafting goes, right? It doesn't go the way we always think it does. Should. Okay, so there we go. And see, I've got so much cord on that one side. However, I can pull it nice and tight and I have enough to hold on to, because there's nothing as frustrating as going to tie your thing and you don't have enough to pull. I have a little bit extra here that I could cut off, or I might just leave it on and put some beads on it or something. Or some trashy dangles or something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and tie it 3 times. Usually 2 is okay, but I'm going to go ahead and do 3 times. And this is too long. Even with beads, I'm not going to need it that long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. So one of my signatures is in this one right here, okay? And I can tell you now, I already made a mistake because I actually wanted this one on the top here, but it's okay. It's staying where it is now. So we're going to do this one, and hopefully this one will be able to do it a little bit easier. So let me get my template. We can't forget to punch the holes. Get my template again and put it in here like this. All right, and now I'm just going to move my clips that were on there. I'm just going to move them over to include the template here, but you got to make sure that everything is pushed down into that crease, because if it's not, then you might punch a hole and it's coming out the side of the signature, not right in the center fold, right? Okay, so where's my pokey tool? Here it is. And we're just going to repeat this, and hopefully this is going to be easier. So I'm going to go ahead and punch again through the middle, and punch again through here, and then through this side here. Okay, and I'm just going to take my awl and make the holes a little bigger, like this. I'm not exactly sure what awls are used for. I know it's a tool, but I'm not exactly sure what they were used for, what people use them for, other than crafting. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clip these back together again. So hopefully we don't have the disaster we had with the last one. I'm just going to slip that out. Remember, you don't want to sew your template in. You've got to remove it before you sew. Okay, so let me just make sure that my papers are the right way around, and it doesn't look like they are. It looks like this is the front. Yeah, this is the front. So that's another thing. Make sure you're going up and down the right direction. All right, so let's go ahead and measure our cord again. So we've got, this has got tape on the back here. Let's go from, oops, this one has a knot in it. Let me see if I can use this other one here, if we've got enough on this one here. So one, no, this has a knot on it. Oh my goodness, do they both have knots on them? Like I said, things don't always go as the way we plan, right? 1, 2, 3. It's all good though, right? It's all good. Holiday, please. It is coming up to her dinner, but not quite. And like I always say, she's not starving to death. Okay, come on, scissors. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and try this again. Now, what did I do with my big old needle? That's so big, I don't think I would lose this needle here. All right, but that end is kind of frayed, so let's try. Oh, so is this end. Ugh. Just cut and go ahead and try it again if it gets too frayed. Or you can sometimes, if you're trying to get through, you can use, what have I've seen people use tape, Scotch tape on the end to make it so that it doesn't unravel a lot. All right, let's give this another try. Hopefully this one will go in a little sooner, because I really want to show you the pages, but I don't want to unclip them until I've got it sewn in. So fingers crossed that this goes a little smoother. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you go from the top to the bottom or bottom to the top when you're stitching. That's totally up to you. But like I said, just please check to make sure that your pages are the right way around, that you don't get it all nicely in there and then realize that one of your signatures is upside down and your images and text and everything is upside down, because that's kind of sad. All right, so let's see if we can get this one done here. Last one through, back through the middle here. Where's my hole? Come on, come on, come on, come on. We can do this. I'm almost through here. Okay, I need to pull that tighter and see where I'm, there we go. Okay, perfect. Now, got to be on the other side of that string. Alrighty, there we go. Oh yeah, because I really want to show you the papers, because you know, after I did the setup and I thought, you know, I really don't want them all the same. I was using the same paper in all 3 signatures, and I was like, no, I want this to be really trashy. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to cut this one. Oh my goodness, why these scissors don't cut cord, I don't know. And take off my clips. There we go. So now it's all sewn in. I've got some threads here so that I can tie some goodies on if I want to. And we're so happy to have found each other. And then I don't need that template anymore because that template was specific for this book. You know, the size was specific for this book. So each time I make a journal, I usually make a new template. So here are the pages. The first one is a bag here, so I've got something to put in here. Then I've got some painty paper that I made. This is from an art book. This is just one of these big how-to art books. This is just like the, I don't know, some kind of page from a book. This is a terrible cover from an old book here. It's all inked up and drawn on. This is some smushed up wallpaper. This is just from a old road atlas. And this here is the inside layer of a candy box top. My husband and I got a box of, what are those, the gold, whatever, the Hershey's box, whatever it is, for Christmas. And this had brown shiny paper on both sides of it, but I peeled it off and just left this weird texture here because I was afraid that things weren't going to stick to that brown shiny. See this right here? I left a little bit, but all of it was covered. Both sides were covered with that, but I don't think a lot would stick to that, so I pulled it off. And so there's just the other side of those pages, that book, that's just a glossary or something like that. And then there's that book here, here's the back of my painting paper, and here's the back side of the bag. Now I can always cut this if I decide I want to make this another pocket on this side. And see, I've got a nice big gusset here, so when it grows, it can grow in instead of alligatoring out right away. So here is a potato bag right here. Now I did have to sew this shut because when I cut it, it started to come apart. This brown paper started coming off the white paper of the bag. But I love this house picture here, and it says Country Harvest. So I put that in there. This is a box from the stickers that I got the other day. So I just sewed that in. This is just a paper with some fish in it from a book about cross stitch. Here's a page, just another page. This looks like a title page from a cross stitch book. This is a pizza bag right here, and this has tucks here. Now I was going to take it out and sew it on my sewing machine last night, but then I decided, you know what, I think not. I think what I'm going to do is punch holes, and I think I'm going to actually hand sew that if I sew that shut. So there's that. This is a piece of just some kind of printed wrapping paper kind of stuff, but again, I had to sew this shut. It's too thin, one layer, so I folded it over, sewed it up, and then I reinforced the middle with masking tape to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. This is a part of a bag. This is just a piece of old sheet music. And then here's the other side of the, see, it's a Williams-Sonoma bag. This is the one I cut the handle off. There's the other side of that paper sewn shut. The other side of the Lido bag with the pocket there. And then this is that, the cross-stitch title page. There's the rest of the fish. And then that's the back of the box for the stickers. And say, here's the back of the potato bag. And I actually had to sew this Quaker Oats box to it because you can see the back of the potato bag was not long enough. It was just to here. So I had to sew this cardboard on. So this is it, guys. This is it. This is the beginning of my big trashy. I love it so much already. I love the feel of the cover. And now I love that I've got these little things that I can hang dangles from and whatever. Or trash, because this is a trashy, right? It's got plenty of room to grow, and I'm really excited. So what we need to give this a name. We need to give her a name, right? So if you can think of a name, what we can name this thing so that when I work in this, I can use that in the title. That would be super fun. So yeah, it's that easy. Just 3-hole pamphlet stitch, you know, get your trash, make a couple signatures, and sew it into a cardboard box. That's it. That's all you have to do for your trashy. Now, I just wanted to show you before I go that, you know, sometimes I work in smaller trashies. I've got these 2 little trashies here. This one right here is the one I've been working on the most lately. And it's fun to work in big trashies. It's fun to work. I've got 2 medium trashies, and then it's fun to work in the small trashies too. So I thought I would make a couple mini trashies and put them in my Etsy shop. So I just want to show you real quick. I've got this one right here, and this one was a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser box, but it's all covered with vintage wallpaper and vintage fabric. It's got 3 signatures in it, and I believe there's 22 pages in each signature, so there's 132 surfaces to work on. There's children's book inside the lining the inside of the cover, and there's all. Sorry guys, my camera cut off in the middle there. I was showing my little journals that I have for sale in my Etsy store, and my camera shut off. So this is the one, I've explained this one. It's got all the different papers in it, some of my painty papers, and it comes with a little bag of different ephemera, from papers to some stickers to tea bags, just bits and bobs to get you started playing in it. And then my other one is this tiny little mini here. This one also has 3 signatures. It has mixed media paper on the front, as well as this cool sticker of the mason jar with flowers and paintbrushes. And this also has vintage fabric on it. And there's the back. And again, lots of different papers. This one has Road Atlas on the inside covers instead of children's book. But it's got different size pages, as you can see, all different pages, coloring book, cute little lambs, all kinds of pages in here to play with. And this one also comes with a little bag of goodies to go with it to get you started playing. So I just wanted to let you know these are both available on my Etsy shop. You can see them there. Don't forget to leave a comment below about what we can name this big girl right here. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and welcome to all my new subscribers. And until the next video, guys, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.